Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aplonia, and today I'm going to answer some questions that are really asked by friends. Some of them are asking which year I came to Europe, so I'm going to answer that and what I've been doing in Europe so far. I came here in 2015. That was December. That's when I came to Norway with my child. And I just wanted to explain that one of my kid is a Norwegian citizen. That's why I came to Norway, because one of my kid, I have two children, but one of them is Norwegian. So that's why I had to come to Norway to live here. Then there are people asking about working and what I did immediately when I came to Norway. Okay, when I came to Norway, it has not been so easy. Not even adapting into the society, it has also been very hard, because you need to learn the culture. You have to learn everything even before you get the job. So it has not been easy. It was very difficult. First thing, it was the language. So it is a requirement when people step in this country where I am now. This is Norway. You have to go to class and learn the language. And sometimes that language takes a long time. It may take 1 year. It may take 2 years. It depends. Especially for grown-up people, it is very hard. Even up to now, there are things that I still don't understand in Norwegian. But I struggle with it, and at least I try to communicate with people. Because when we look at it, here, where the country where I am now, we have two spoken languages. We have their first language as Norwegian, that's norsk. And then we have also English as their second language. But you get to know that many people don't embrace English, so they are used to speaking their own language. So being a foreigner, it's a struggle. But I thank God that I could communicate in English from Kenya. So it is easy, because at least at some point, some of them understand English. And with today life, many young people are getting to learn English in schools. They're taught. Like one of my kid who is in school here, she's also learning English in school. But actually their main language is their own local language. That is norsk, which is very hard. But then you just have to learn it. If you want to live here, if you want to communicate with the people here easily, then you have to learn their language. Because most of the elderly people do not speak in English, so you just have to learn their language. That will ease many things in your life. So what I did when we landed here, first thing, you have to work with your papers first. Okay, my child was Norwegian, but what next? I had to go to immigration, at least to apply, so that I get a permit to stay. So thanks be to God, my permit lasted around 6 months. That is 2016. By June, I had gotten a permit to stay. So I was allowed to go to school and to do so many things. And as well, you can still study as you work. But as I said, it is very hard to get even a job when you don't speak their language. But now for me, because kind of I was working with the education sector back in my country in Africa. So when I asked my bosses here, they directed me to a school, that's a high school, where I was employed there as an assistant. So I used to help students with the English subject. I could teach them some English. I also integrating them into the society, because we had so many foreigner students in the school where I went to, where I got my first employment. So that was English, and then also conversing with the students who are foreigners. At the same time, I have to work on my language, that's Noshk. So it was really interesting. I have to learn the language. I have to do my job. Then also something else came up, learning how to drive. So I did 3 things at the same time. I have to work, I have to learn the language, I have to go to driving school. And driving school, it is not like Kenya, where I come from in Africa. Here it's like a course on its own. You have to do theory, you pass it, then you have to do practicals. In which many people, when they do that theory, you fail even 10 times. But I was lucky enough because I just learned to use my laptop, to buy exams on net. So I could buy exams, read. So I read for at least, I bought 3 exams. I read for 3 months. And then after that, I went to do my driving theory. So when I did it, then I passed. So we have questions like 45 questions. You have to, a pass mark is 37 questions. If you pass 37 onwards, then you qualify to go now to do your theory. Then also, to do your practicals. Then also practicals is also another game. It's not so easy. You do it with the traffic people. So if you do any mistake, then you have also to redo the exam. But I just thank God that I went for practicals and I also passed, because I had already done some practice with some friends on the road. So those were the major 3 things that I did when I came to Norway. Learning the language, looking for a job, because I have to survive, then also going for driving. And it is so necessary. If you have a driving license, then everything will be easy for you, because you find that you have like you are working in a place that you drive like 45 minutes. So it's a necessity when you come to this Europe world, or if you just go to a foreign world, you just have to learn driving so that it will ease your work. You need to drive here and there, because many people here drive. And also we have very good means of transport. But I like driving, I like just doing my own things. So that's why I decided to go to a driving school so immediately. So I have done that, working in a school, learning the language, and then I finished the language. Later on, I will show you my certificates for the language, because I passed at least normal, but we have higher grades. You can learn further if you want. But for me, I just did it as normal, like any other person. Then I passed that. So I can communicate with the people around here. I can travel and do ABCD. I can work in any field, because at least with the language, I understand it. So those were the major things I did. And then so some people also ask me if I'm working. So the answer is yes, I'm working. Where? Now, because I was my first job was in a in education sector when I came here, because in Kenya I was also working in an education sector. So when I came to Norway, I also got a job, part-time job in a school. But you know, you have to weigh situations. So I had to change it because I wanted to get a better payment, at least a better salary. So I decided to change my work into health sector. So right now I work as in a health sector as a health worker, and at least for me it has a good pay. So that's where I am up to now. And you know, health sector, what it entails, there are so many issues there, challenging, but I love being there, because at least at the end month I see something that I pay my rent. I can send my family back in Africa. So it's quite a good job. I treasure it. I'm a hardworking lady, so I need to work and support my people where necessary. So those are the things that I did here. And as time goes by, we are going to talk on many issues, challenging issues, in a positive way. There are also some that are in negative way. You just understand living away from home. So everything cannot just be swift. So we have some ups and downs that we experience. But that is it. That's life. Life is always a struggle. There is nothing you can get on a silver platter. So we struggle to get everything. But anyway, I cannot compare the struggles, especially when it's talking about money. If you have a good job here in Europe, well and good. If you have no job, my dear sister, my dear brother, then it is really a struggle. So I thank God that at least I am working in a health sector. So where at least I can harvest something at end month, and I pay my house, I pay food, I send something for my children back home in Kenya. So at least I was lucky enough. I've been here for at least that is around 5 years. I'm working. I've been on work around 2.5 years. But the 2 first years, they were really struggle of you have to learn. You have to learn to integrate yourself into the society, which was not easy. But right now, I'm faring on well. Everything is going on well. So those are the tales of Apollonia. I'm happy to be with you today. I'm also happy for you guys at least listening to me. It's not easy, but that is it. We have to assist one another. Thank you very much. I'm also going to have another talk show tomorrow. At least every day I will be doing something. I'll be sending in something, at least for you guys to, let us keep learning from one another and see how it goes. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Subscribe on my channel. Thank you. Ciao.